Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today let's talk about 5 very popular plants that you can grow in your garden. And because of the current pandemic, right, and because most of us are staying at home, working from home, right, gardening has somehow become a very popular hobby for many of us, right? A lot of my friends, a lot of my colleagues, they have started gardening and they have been getting more plants and they have more questions, right? They have been asking me a lot of different kind of questions. And most of them, they are new and they wanted to know what are the plants out there, right? They can easily grow, which one are the hottest plants to grow, which one is the most popular ones to grow, and at the same time, finding some things that is more interesting to grow, right? Not just the usual plants that you see in the nursery, but they want something more interesting. So today I want to share with you 5 very popular plants that gardeners love to grow today, and you can definitely grow them too. Right? Some are actually easy plants, right? Some are a little bit more challenging, but as long as you know what are their ideal environments, what are their growing conditions, you can definitely grow them without much trouble. Right? That's the principle of the grow method. So you can learn more about the grow method by watching my other videos. You can find out exactly how I implement this with various kind of plants. So without ado, let's get started. Number 1, succulents, right? So the succulents belongs to a very big family of plants related to the cactus, the cacti family, right? And many gardeners love growing them, right? Because they are super easy, right? They are very easy to take care of. They are very low maintenance, and at the same time they are very interesting to grow, right? They come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. They come in all sorts of colors, right? Some are darker in color, some looks like crystals like the Hoya, right? And some looks like they have very beautiful flower, right? Sometimes they also grow like a flower, right? Even the plants looks like a flower by itself. And there are some like lithops, right? They look like pebbles, they look like stones. So generally succulents, they are actually slow growing plants, and they always look very neat, right? And that's why gardeners like to grow them as very good decorative plants on their work desks, on the windowsills, and they're so easy to take care of, right? You don't have to water them every day, right? There's no pruning really needed, right? And things like that, right? You don't have to change pots, and they can be kept in the very small pots itself, right? So they are very easy to take care of, like the Hoya, like the Echeveria, right? But there are also some that are a little bit more challenging, like the lithops, right? So there are affordable ones, and there are the common ones, and there are also those special breeds, those collector's items, and definitely they are a little bit more expensive. So no matter what level you are, right, you can definitely find something that you would like to grow, right, in succulents. Another very popular plant that gardeners like to grow are the Tillandsias, right? So they are a big family of plants, and you may know them as by their common name, right? They are called the air plants. Right? The unique thing about Tillandsia is that they don't really need to be potted, right? They don't need soil to grow. You can leave it on your desk, you can hang it, you can do whatever you want. Right? They are not restricted to grow in soil or in pots. And because of that, right, they can be grown in places where other plants cannot grow. Right? Gardeners like to use them to decorate like the empty spots on in their gardens, like their fences, like their shelves and things like that, where pots are not feasible, but that's where they grow their air plants. So Tillandsias are also known for their various shapes and sizes, right? And plus they have very very colorful flower. Right, so common ones like the Tillandsia ionantha with very beautiful red leaves and purple flowers. There are also Tillandsia stricta. They are all easy to find, and they are very affordable. Right, those who like bigger air plants, right, they can go for the Tillandsia xerographica, right, a little bit bigger, right. We call it the queen of the Tillandsia. Right, if you have a taste of weird looking plants, unique looking plants, right, you will definitely like the Tillandsia bulbosa. Right, so I remember, there was a time when I was very interested in growing these, and I got like 20 of these, right? And it's so easy to grow them. If you want some natural curtains like hanging plants, right, the Spanish moss is a very good candidate. So most of these Tillandsias, they are very easy to care for, and they are not too fussy about their growing conditions. So they are pretty much quite hardy in a way. So they can be decorated in many ways. They can be grown in many ways, right? So some gardeners, they like to grow their air plants on driftwood, right? You can put it on the driftwood, or put it on rocks, and it becomes a art piece by itself, right? It's not just normal plants in pots, right? So because they don't need any potting media to grow, you can grow it in many ways, right? It's really how creative you want, and as long as you can consider their growing conditions, right? So once you handle that, definitely it is an art piece and it's easy to take care of. Number 3 is another very interesting plant to grow, right? The Hoya plants. Right, Hoyas are tropical flowering vines, so they are vining plants, right? Good for fences and trellises, right? Which their flowers actually look very stiff, right? Very smooth looking and very waxy, right? So sometimes they are called, wax flowers. So some Hoyas are very big plants, right? They have big leaf, big flowers, and they are also small plants, right? Because they are vining plants, they are excellent candidate to decorate walls, right? Especially, if you have a plain wall, you want to have plants on it, right? Hoya is the one to go, right? Pillars will work the same, fences will work the same, right? The good thing about Hoya is that they are also slow growing plants, right? They are very hardy, they are very easy to take care of, but you can leave it alone, you can grow on its own, right? Over time, you'll see it can grow, cover your entire wall, your fences. So gardeners grow them specifically for their flowers. So some of them have very big flowers, some are unique looking ones, right? Some have very super fragrant ones as well, right? For big flowers, Hoya Imperialis, the biggest one, right, you can go for. Right? They're easy to take care of, they're easy to grow. Right? If you like the colorful and more unique looking ones, the affordable one will be Hoya pubicalis, right? The purple flowers. Right? And the more expensive one, more exotic ones is a little bit harder to find. Right? They are called the Hoya Lasantia, right? The yellow teacups I call. Right, so some of them have fragrance as well, right? But the more fragrant one will be those that are white color flowers, right? So they are the Hoya pneumolarodis and the Hoya lacunosa, which look like the mini tutukui, right? So they are very interesting plants to grow, right? And the fragrance is so strong that my neighbors can actually smell it when they flower, right? It's very strong. So the next plant that is very popular with gardeners will be the African violets, right? Scientifically, they are called the Sempolia plants, right? So they are very neat flowering plants that grow extremely well, right, in cooler environments, right? Especially in aircon rooms, right? Air-conditioned rooms. As long as you have good sunlight, right, that will be a good place for African violets to grow, right? Your workplace, your home office, these are perfect spots for the African violets. So most of the African violets, they have very colorful flowers, right? From deep purple to red to pink to white, right? Some have special colors, right? They have a mix of colors like pinwheel colors, stripes and things like that. So they are easy to take care of, they're easy to grow and maintain, and they don't really need a lot of care every day, right? So once they like their environment, once they are stabilized in their environment, right, they can put out flowers all the time. So once their flowers come out, wither away, the new one will be coming out very soon. So the common ones you find in nurseries are usually very affordable, right? $4, $6, $8 you can get that easily. But there are also special cultivars and hybrids like the special collectors one like KT Fireworks, the Yukako, right, and many more, right? All these are very expensive but very nice looking plants. So if you like to get all these special plants, right, you have to get it from the hobbyists, right? And definitely you need to pay more for these special breeds. So I love growing the African violets in the office, right? Not just because of the flowers, but even when they are not flowering, right, the flowers, right, they are arranged in a very nice rosette, right? They look very clean and very neat looking, right? So even the leaf itself, it's a good plant on your desk, right? And they are super addictive to grow, right? Because once you grow one, right, once you like it, right, you can't help to get a few more, right? So be careful, you will have a very big collection of African violets, right? Just like my colleagues and my friends do. And the last one is the one that started my serious gardening hobby, and they are the carnivorous plants, right? Those plants that eat insects, right? So many people think that carnivorous plants, they are really special plants and they will need a really special care, right? But the truth is that they actually need really very little care, right? They are easy to take care of, right? They are much easier to take care of than other garden plants, and most gardeners are not used to that kind of low level care, right? You know, they feel guilty for not watering their plants, not caring for their plant. But that's how carnivorous plants grow, right? They want to be left alone. So once you have the growing conditions right, once you know exactly how to water them regularly, how to leave them alone, right? They will grow very well, right? That's it, right? They don't really need regular pruning, right? Some of them are very slow growers, right? They don't need to change pots every few months and things like that. There's no need for fertilizers at all. And really, you just need to chuck them aside, leave them alone, right? You just water them, keep them wet and things like that. So this is how you grow a carnivorous plants well, right? It is too easy, right? But at the same time, too easy to be challenging, right? Carnivorous plants, they are very amazing plants to grow. So I love growing the Venus flytrap, right? I love growing the pitcher plants, the tropical pitcher plant, the Nepenthes, the Ampullaria, right? Not only that they look unique, right, but they come in a lot of different shapes, different sizes, different colors. So very addictive to grow as well, right? I have seen many of my gardeners, those carnivorous plants gardeners, right? They started with a few plants, right? Those simple looking green pitcher plants and things like that. But eventually they become a master growers themselves, and they have their own plot of land now. They are selling the carnivorous plants well. So very, very interesting plants to grow. So it doesn't matter if you are new to gardening or you have years of experience in gardening, right? These plants, right, the 5 of them I share with you today, they are great additions to your collection. Like what I always say, right? Gardening is all about knowledge, right? It is a game of knowledge and application of it. So if you can replicate the growing environment just like the same as their natural habitat, you will be able to grow the plants well, right? That's the grow method. So if you have any questions about gardening, if you have any gardening problems you want to share, you have any questions that you want to ask me, or you want me to review any kind of plants, right? Apply the grow method or any kind of plants, right? You can always comment below. If you have not subscribed, make sure you click on the subscribe button so that you don't miss out any of my new videos. So enjoy your gardening, and I will see you soon in the next video.